Okay, good afternoon to our viewers, to our presenters. So welcome to our seminar, How to Invest in the Right Franchise. Webinar. So again, welcome. We'll start at 1:30, but before we start, just a few reminders. So we'd like to request our attendees that of course, you're welcome to send in questions, but please write them in the Q&A box, okay? Please don't write these in the chat box, but instead in the Q&A box. Also, when you write your questions, please write we won't entertain questions by anonymous senders. So I hope that you have written your names in the participants panel. So as I said, we'll start 1:30. Meanwhile, let's listen to Joanne for more announcements.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the How to Invest in the Right Franchise webinar organized by the Philippine Franchise Association. So while waiting for other participants, may we request for the others to check their PFA Facebook page. We are also doing a live streaming there. You can check it out at Philippine Franchise Association. So in just a few minutes, we will about to start the webinar. See you later.
See you later. Okay, good afternoon again. This is Jake Santos of PFA. Again, I'd like to welcome everyone to our How to Invest in the Right Franchise webinar. So we have a full afternoon ahead, so I'd like to invite you to stick around and just view our presenters that will be coming your way this afternoon. So on this note, again, to those who just came in, I'd like to request that you put in your questions in the Q&A box, okay? Put your questions in the Q&A box, and we won't entertain questions from anonymous senders. So on that note, I introduce to you my co-host this afternoon, also the Deputy Executive Director of PFA, Ms. Joanne Tumagan. How are you, Joanne?
Yeah, good afternoon again to everyone, and good afternoon, Jake. Of course, I would like to thank first our participants for joining us for today's webinar. Thank you for your joining us for your registration, and of course, I would like to thank our speakers and our franchise presenters who will be giving presentation under franchise investment opportunities. So before we begin, of course, let us offer a short prayer and ask for guidance as we face the new normal. So Jake, can you lead the prayer today?
Of course, okay. Of course, thank you, Joanne. So let us remember that God is always with us, no, despite whatever our situation, that whatever our conditions. So God is always with us. On that note, let us pray. Almighty God and Father, we thank you for gathering us online for webinar this afternoon. We pray that this activity will be fruitful for all of us. Look kindly on our hopes, aspirations, and bless the work of our hands so that our labor will bear good fruit and will be of service to our neighbors. And as we live to you, our hopes and our plans, we also pray that we'll learn to seek your will because we believe that your plan for us is to prosper and not to be harmed, to have hope and to have a future. Lastly, we pray that you guide us out of this crisis, this COVID-19 crisis, and become better persons, doing our fair share to make this world a better place. All this we pray, trusting in your providence and mercy. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Brother Jake. So before we begin our program, event proper, allow me to briefly remind everyone again of our house rules. So should you have any questions, please write them at the Q&A box. We will not entertain any questions coming from anonymous participants. So please indicate your name. So for any concerns regarding found also at the lower portion of your screen. And if you have any questions or if you want to have more information about a certain franchise brand who will be presenting later, please leave your contact details in the chat box and we will give them to our franchise members. Please indicate your name, email, mobile number, and the name of the brand that you're interested in. And for those who are requesting for an e-certificate, kindly email us at the PFA webinars at pfa.org.ph. And please also indicate your full name, company, and organization, and the reason for requesting the certificate so that it would be easier for us to contact each one of you. And also, let's practice and observe respectful comments and refrain from using offensive language at the chat box because we would like to encourage enriching learning experience during this event. Jake?
Yeah, thank you, John. So I think we have a long afternoon ahead of us, a full afternoon pala, a full afternoon. So I think it's we'll start now. I will now to welcome, to introduce to you the president of PFA. She's a multi-awarded entrepreneur, you know, and she's also an author. No? Ito yung books niya, ito book niya. So if you want to order, just order from PFA. No, I'm sure we'll learn a lot from this book. No, also her previous book, ito naman. No, if you want to start small business, no, it's this a very good. This gives a very good tips on how to start and succeed, no, in a small business. So on that note, I introduce to you the president of BFA, also the president and CEO of Orispa Solutions. May I call on Ms. Cheryl Quintana. Ms. Cheryl.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm waiting for my video to open.
Wait. There.
Okay. Good afternoon to all our presenters and participants, including our viewers in on Facebook Live. And on behalf of the PFA Board of Trustees and officers, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all on this afternoon seminar, How to Invest in the Right Franchise. And I know all of us are feeling down and weary with all the bad news going around this week. The news all over is actually enough na, no, for a year. But we should always look for something to inspire us. And it is our moral obligation as citizens of this country to bring forth and help the economic growth and for us to all be resilient and recover from this pandemic. So, as you know, we are doing this webinar in pursuit of our mission to promote franchising as a tool to create businesses and jobs, which we badly need in this time of pandemic. Philippine Franchise Association has been conducting these seminars and webinars as part of our advocacy to educate you all and the public on wise franchise investment and to encourage ordinary Filipinos to become their own boss by starting a business via franchising and be part of our efforts to bring our economy back on its feet. We're also conducting this seminar to help promote our members and find their possible franchise partners. And since PFA members adhere to the fair franchising standards, our code of ethics, we are proud to say that PFA is home of the country's most trusted brands. We recognize that the COVID-19 crisis has brought a lot of disruptions, but we also know that there are opportunities in the new normal. Let us all look forward to the new opportunities in this new world that we are facing and shaping before us. Before I end, please allow me to acknowledge and thank you, our partners, and thank our partners whose support have made this seminar possible for a couple of weeks already now. So to our presenters, as you can see, we are very grateful to BPI and PLDT Enterprise. And also to our partners, Phoenix Petroleum, Sea Oil Philippines, 7-Eleven, LTNG Credit Line Corporation, QualiPlus, of course, FranCorp Philippines, Potato Corner, Bibing Kinitan, KFC, Goldilocks, Max's Group, Mary Mart, Orai Spa, Nails That Glow, Shawarma Shack, and for the valuable support of the Department of Trade and Industry and the OWA local offices. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Let's all face this new normal with a new mindset. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. May this be fruitful for everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Cheryl. Thank you. Ma'am, we may request for a group photo, ma'am. I know you're busy. I think you have to go somewhere else. But so group photo, ma'am, with all the presenters. So we request our presenters to please turn your screens.
Open their
camera.
video.
Tapos,
good to see everyone, even via Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Ma'am She.
Good
We'd like to request
afternoon, Jo and Dana.
Good afternoon,
I'd like to
everyone.
request Jen to please
Hi.
do the honors of taking
Hi.
the picture. Just give us a cue, Jen.
One, two, three. Ready? Smile. Thank you. Thank you so much po.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paula.
Paula. Thank you, Paula. Of course, I would like to thank our president, Michelle Quintana, for your heartwarming remarks. So she just said that let's face the new normal with the new mindset. So let's have optimism, hopes that everything will be back to normal. No, not normal, but for us to be able to bounce back, be resilient. These are the keywords, and be agile. So moving forward, so we'll go to our next, our resource speaker for today. We are pleased, she is the Assistant Vice President for Consultancy, whose core competencies are organizational development, planning, and project management. She also serves as one of our speakers our frequent speaker representing PFA in various roadshows, seminars, and even in international seminars in franchise management. So she is a certified franchise executive. So ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to introduce to you Miss Dana Coneta, the FranCorp Assistant Vice President for Consultancy. Good afternoon, Miss Dana.
Hi, Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. Good afternoon to our dear participants. Welcome to PFA's How to Invest in the Right Franchise seminar. We thank you for sharing your time with us, and we promise that this will be worth your while. This is a learning session, and a business opportunity session as well. We will be talking about in our next slide. I will show you. Ayan. Okay, so this afternoon we will be talking about the benefits of franchising in our next slide. And of course, franchising also has challenges. And we will also know if franchising is for you because franchising is not for everyone. Okay, and we will also look at what do you need to prepare for, what are the right questions to ask when you start talking to your franchisors, and of course, how to become a successful franchisee. In our next slide, you probably have these questions in mind, di ba? You may ask this, is this the right time to go into a business? What we can say is that if you see an opportunity, look at it, i-explore mo lang. What we can say also is that if you are planning to go into a business, franchising is the right way to enter entrepreneurship. Why? Because there is lesser risk. Your franchisors have already gone through the trial and error process. That's why they are franchising a successful, proven system. They also have built brand equity on the names. That's why it's easier for you to generate foot traffic because the names are already known. The learning curve is also not as steep because you will also undergo training. They will walk you through the opening of your store. They will even send a pre-opening team, and during the term of your agreement, they will be right there with you, beside you, and always available for anything that you will need because their objective is win-win for you to be happy, and well, of course, they should be happy also. So they have to duplicate their success in you. New normal brings new opportunities. Sabi nga ng president of the Ayala Malls in one of the webinars of PFA recently, ito yung mga categories that are doing well, the stores that are doing well. Of course, you have your essentials, your food and drinks, you have hardware, you have electronics, and also since we are working from home a lot, then you want to make your homes comfortable to work and to stay more. Health-oriented stores are also there, your pharmacies, basic apparels, because we're staying more at home, so your shorts, your basic t-shirts, your pajamas, etc. Milk teas, of course, are there. They're also doing well. This is new normal. It's staying for a while. So what we can advise is be on the lookout for new opportunities and explore them. Okay, so we can start now. In our next slide, we will see what franchising is all about. So let's talk a little bit about the definition of terms. Konti. So franchising is really between two parties, the franchisor and the franchisee. The franchisor is the owner of the name and the system. Then the franchisor grants the franchisee. In this webinar, the perspective is you are the franchisee. So the franchisor will grant you the use of the name, their name, and their system. In exchange, you will follow the franchise agreement provided you, signed by both of you, and the operations manual. You will also pay fees, one of which is the franchise fee, your royalty, and you will, of course, provide the capital to put up the store. Okay, so that's the basic elements in a franchise relationship. In our next slide, you will see there was a study conducted by the USAID before. Here is why we say that entering to entrepreneurship is better through franchising because franchising has a higher success rate. In this study nga, 90%, several thousands of businesses were observed over a 10-year period. Those businesses that are franchised had a 90% chances of success, while those that were open the traditional way only had 20 to 30% success rate. Okay, why is that? Because of the basic characteristic of franchising, which we will discuss in the next slides. Okay, so in our next slide, you will see that before, when you start, when you think about franchising, or when you think about opening a business, you only have a few things uh, as choices. You know, you have restaurants, you have your sari-sari store, you have your this TNVS, or before it was taxi, di ba? But with franchising, there are a lot more opportunities. Right now, I think there are more than 2,000 concepts out there to choose from. FranCorp has done more than 600 concepts. We have developed more than 600 concepts. So that is the beauty of franchising. A lot of businesses have discovered that their businesses are franchisable. So they went into the franchise industry and started offering this. Now, you entrepreneurs have a lot more choices. In FranCorp, we do concepts from birth to death. So you have your birthing clinics and funeral chapels and everything else that happens in between, all the services. Okay, so more choices this time. Now, why do you want to go into a business? In our next slide, you will see that you are in a business for yourself, but not by yourself. That is the beauty of franchising, because if we have entrepreneurs in the participants, when you encounter challenges, di ba, the only person that can solve probably the challenge is you, because you are the owner of you have the final say. You are the end all and be all of your business. So in a franchise relationship naman, you have guidance from the franchisor. So if there is anything unclear, do not know you encounter certain problem, you have the franchisor to ask or to call. Okay, why is that? Because your franchisor has their system. Of course, it's a tried and proven system, the experience and the expertise. Okay, now why will you go into franchising? What are the advantages to you? First, I mentioned, di ba, the franchisor will allow you to use the name and the system. So you are using a name that has already been invested on. Meron ng brand equity, especially these brands that we're showing you, di ba, Jollibee, Maxis. So you don't need to spend as much, although you will be required in your franchise agreement to spend on advertising the brand. This is the role of your franchisor. And they have also invested in this. So they have reached a certain level of equity. Another advantage to you is you are given a system. You will be allowed to use their system. You will be lent their operations manual. And these proven systems and procedures will be taught to you through training. They have gone through the trial and error process, so you will not go through that. That is very expensive. You try and then mali, and then nasayang yung pera doing that particular system, di ba? Also, yung products and services are defined. So all you need to do is study how to cook it. Even your franchisors will supply the ingredients to you. You have your you have your procedure and how to go about it, how to cook it and serve it. Even the R&D, your franchisor will provide this to you. They do this periodically, and all you have to do is to receive that memo, how to cook it, here are the ingredients, sell it, di ba? Versus you hiring a chef to develop a menu for you. That's very expensive. So if you will compare, magbabayad pa ako ng franchise fee sa franchisor, but think about all the trial and error costs. You have to pay your architect and then your interior designer to design the store, even a cart, even the fabrication of your carts, you would have to pay for that also, and then the development of the menu. So you will do without that, because you are getting into a system and following the system provided to you by the franchisor. Marketing campaigns are also there. You will be oriented, and in most cases, it's in your operations manual, listing of marketing campaigns that have been successful, which you may use, apply to your area if it will also be successful in your area. And the last one is very critical, support services, because you will probably have minimum maybe 3 to 10-year relationship with your franchisor, including the renewals, no? So without the support services, how will you be able to, cope through that? The objective of the franchisor is to duplicate the success, diba? His success, your success is his success also. Okay. So in our next slide, what do you bring to the table naman? Okay, so if franchising is so good, why not just own all the stores? Why will the franchisor share the secret with you? Okay, because of these 3 elements: money, time, and people. Your franchisor wants to expand as fast as he can, but of course he lacks money. So you provide that money, you provide the capital, you provide the investment, you provide additional revenue streams for them through the franchise fee and the royalty. You help the franchisor with advertising because you will contribute, in most cases, an advertising fee. You buy the products from them. So that is why the franchisor wants partners or franchisees. Time also, they're able to expand to as many in the shortest period of time. And of course, you want, as inherent to business owners, are to assign the businesses or the units to people whom they trust. So in a franchise relationship, you as a franchisor owns the business. So syempre, there's more malasakit than if it were managed, okay, by a salaried person. That's why the franchisor wants you as their franchisee, okay? So what are the support? We talked about the support that you will get from your franchisor. In our next slide, we will show the pre-opening support that you will get, okay? It starts actually from the time you even before you sign the franchise agreement. Location assistance, because you do the site location or site selection, site evaluation before you sign the franchise agreement. So your franchisor will already be there and give you consent on the site that you have proposed to them. In most cases, if you are applying, the application will not move forward if you do not have a location proposed, okay? And then after you have signed the franchise agreement, some franchisors offer a turnkey project. They will do the construction, fabrication, buy the equipment for you, and all you have to do after training is just open the store, turn the key, and start operating. They will also provide you initial training, okay? And then, of course, set up of the store. They will send an opening representative or representatives or a team to help you ingress, set up the equipment, do a grand opening, and then stay with you until you are able to operate the store yourselves, okay? Marketing is there, grand opening marketing activities. Na ano na yan, nakaplano, it's already there, it's planned, it's been successful. Those are successful activities that were used in opening their stores, okay? So aside from the pre-opening support, you will also get continuing support, okay, or the ongoing support. After all, this is mga cards, mga 3-year contract, and then of course may renewal pa yan if you're a good franchisee, and then the big formats, 5 years minimum. So let's say mga 10 to 15 years yan. So these are the ongoing support that you will get. Assistance. So like I said, diba, you are in a business for yourself, but not by yourself. So you just have to call your franchisor if you have anything to ask and it's not, probably it's new to you. Even if it's in the operations manual, maybe there are better things of doing it. Product research and development, they will provide you with that. And if you may ask, where do they get the funds for the product research and development? That's the royalty that you paid. So it's important really, the continuing fees that you pay to your franchisor, because that's where they use it. Marketing and advertising, of course, they will help you. Oftentimes when you want to do a marketing activity in your area, you'd have to get your franchisor's approval or guidance to implement it. And then, of course, ongoing training, because there are always ways of doing things better. Okay, so After the franchise support, there are challenges in franchising. Okay, it's not always walk in the park, right? So first, like I said, franchising is not for everyone. Okay, so if you are the creative entrepreneurial type, then maybe you're yun nga, entrepreneur ka, hindi ka franchisee. Kasi sa franchise, you have to consistently follow the company standards and system. You are not allowed to reinvent the wheel. There's already a proven way to do it correctly. So let's follow that. You are, after all, bound by the franchise agreement and you have to follow the operations manual. In most cases, operations manual is an attachment to your franchise agreement. Okay, so you have to follow. You have to work within the franchise system. But that's not to say that you cannot suggest. You may suggest, it's just that you cannot do it on your own without your franchisor's approval. Okay, one price policy in most cases, territorial restrictions. So you are awarded a location, so you operate in that location. If you want to grow, have multiple units, so that's going to be part of another franchise agreement. There's false expectation also. Some of you think that once I get a franchise, I can just leave it and it will work on its own. Anyway, there's a name already, system. Hindi po. Part of the success of the franchise business is management, and management is yours. Okay, so it's not an instant success. You are given 80% of the work, the brand and the system. Management is key to making it successful. Okay. So, other things that you might want to consider in our next slide is quick assessment. Ayan. So, what do you need to know? What do you need to evaluate yourself muna? Yourself, your community, before you start inquiring on the franchise businesses that you would like to get into. First, your investment. Do I have 500,000? Do I have 300? Do I have 5 million? Okay, so look at the available franchise businesses. How will you make a choice? What's your ability? What's your skill? Ano yung goal and passion mo? Okay, what is in demand? And then, look at your ROI also. So mamaya yan. Business competition. So you look at the location and then see what are the other businesses who are going to be my competitors. Are you more of brand recognition? Are you going to a franchise because you want this name already? Kilala na siya, sikat na siya. Or are you going after the franchisor's experience and credibility? Or meron pa, are you going for location? Kasi sometimes the available location or the virgin locations are farther from where you live. So will you be okay with that? We know some people who, even if they live probably in South Metro Manila, they have franchise units in Cebu, Davao, because those are the locations that have not been tapped yet. So is that also your consideration? Okay, next slide. And then you might also want to see where to start. How do you, after you have evaluated na, diba? So what where do you find the franchise concepts to choose from? So first is this, attend webinars like this. It's the ones that PFA have, and then later you will hear from franchisors. Check events also. Before we used to have the franchise show. It's the biggest in Asia, but hopefully next year, no? And then magazines, okay? When you go also to the PFA website, you will find, I think, their member franchisors and the offerings. You can go to You Franchise website, so you can also find offerings there. And then what else do you have to look for? You have to conduct your due diligence also. Okay, so visit the franchisor. You have a conversation, ask about their history, ilang stores na yung operating, how long have they been operating. If you can have a chance to talk to their franchisees, then that would be better, because if your franchisor will probably promise you this and that support, but you can verify that always with the franchisees when you talk to them and visit them. You can also ask, how long will the training be? Because this is important to you, because if the training is very, very long, then you might be paying a lot of pre-operating expenses even before you start making money from the operation of the store, diba? Then what else do you need to look at? You have to, next slide, do a financial projection. Like I mentioned earlier, you do when you select a franchise business, part of the consideration is the ROI, diba? So look at the offering of each franchisor, then compare them, compare similar franchise businesses and then similar investment levels, and look at the ROI also of each one of them, and then see which one appeals to you the most. So even if even if the franchisor gives you some numbers, like this is your average sales, your cost of goods, your operating expense, and your ROI, do a little pencil pushing or do a little financial projection also, because after all, the locations will be provided by you. So will this average sales that they mentioned, will this make in this particular location? So you will know that because you propose the location. You know the location better than your franchisor, okay? We will also, you may also want to look at your IPO registration. IPO registration ng franchisor. Kasi sabi natin, franchising is the use of other people, is the use of the franchisor is granting you the use of his name. Okay, so first he has to own his name. Then, so you ask your franchisor, do you own the name? Are you registered with the IPO? Yung trademark nila. Have they registered it? Because we don't want now while you're operating your store, someone else who really owns the brand will come to you and tell you, bring down that that signage. You don't own that. I own that. I'm the one registered with the IPO. So check that with your franchisor if they have registered it. Check also the litigation history of the franchisor, no? Baka merong madaming complaint or the management, or maybe there's a problem with the brand. So you might want to look at it. And even if there are, check with your franchisor also and see the status of those. Okay, review the franchise agreement, review it, and then have your legal or legal consultant review that also. And to make sure that you understand yung obligation mo and obligation ni franchisor, what are your rights as in terms of location, and then nandiyan din yung mga renewal, termination, and mga purchase. So all of those you have to study, and if there is anything unclear, you have to check it with your franchisor, okay? And then in our next slide, these are some of the key questions that you can ask your franchisor, no? What are their support programs? I mentioned about the opening support programs and the ongoing. Do they have this? How often will the representative visit you? Do not think that if they visit you, it's policing or matatakot kayo because they're coming. No, welcome them. It's very important that you get your franchisor support through the visits, because that's the only way they can capture anything wrong that you are doing or share with you the best practices of the other franchisees. Okay, so follow your franchisor. Okay, and then the investments ROI, tanungin nyo yan, how much is the investment, when will I recover this? Okay, and then so that you can check if the area that you are looking at can make the sale that they have computed or that they have projected. Is this the right location for the brand? Not because the foot traffic is high, it's the right location for the brand. Sometimes hindi. Okay, so you have to know the target market of the brand. Okay, in our next slide, ayan, how to be a successful franchisee. Una, sabi natin, di ba, be a good follower. Franchising is not for everybody. So if you're the type na medyo creative, you might be an entrepreneur. You're the entrepreneur material. It's because you're bound by the franchise agreement and the ops manual. And then create a business plan. All right. So in the business plan, the projections that the franchisor shared with you, do some pencil pushing. The franchisor is franchising because he wants an active person managing the store. So be a hands-on manager. If you cannot do it, let's say you have a second job or you are out of the country, be sure to assign a manager to manage the store for you and who can make decisions for you. Okay, manage your finances well. Sometimes we encounter a franchisor will encounter some maybe complaints from franchisees saying na I will close my franchise na because it's not making money. So what your franchisor will do is do an audit of your financials and see if there are unrelated items there that have been put in your operating expense or in your cost of goods, because that will really bring down your margins, okay, your bottom line. And we do not want that. The expenses of the house should remain there, should not be brought into your franchise, into the business, okay? Always market your store and its product. You are the number one and the first marketing person of your store. And then lastly, be willing to share with your franchisor ideas that will help improve the business. We mentioned that you cannot reinvent the wheel. You have to follow your franchisor's operations manual and franchise agreement. But that's not to say that you cannot suggest, okay? For example, McDonald's. You're familiar with the Egg McMuffin and the Filet of Fish. Those products were suggested to the franchisor by franchisees, okay? So it's okay to suggest. The franchisor will study it and make sure that it does not only benefit you, it will benefit the whole system as well. Okay, so I think that's my last slide. Thank you very much for staying with me, and I hope you learned something, see a thing or two. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Miss Dana Cuneto of Francorp. So congratulations. So she just did a 1 hour seminar into 15 minutes, no? So I'm sure the viewers have lots of questions. You just send your questions, no? Miss Dana will be happy to answer them later, no? Before we go to our franchise presenters, I think it's best that our viewers also get to know why are we doing this seminar, no? Why are we doing this? So on that note, I would like to call in again our president, the president of BFA, and the president of Arise Spa Solutions, to give us an overview of this seminar. May I call on Ms. Cheryl Quintana. Ma'am?
Yes, thank you, Jake, and thank you, Dana. That's a very comprehensive explanation and really learnings for all our listeners about franchising and why we need to go into this business model. I'd like to share also that bakit ba natin ginagawa ito, no? Why do we need to have how to invest in the right franchise webinar? So we're doing this for PFA to educate the public on wise franchise investment, also to encourage entrepreneurship through franchising. And of course, this is organized by the Philippine Franchise Association. I'm sure a lot of you noticed that many went into entrepreneurship this past few months and launching startups without even noticing it. And a lot are home-based. Of course, surely it can augment our income, but systems in place, brand equity will surely give you that success that we wanted. And in these times that we have a limited resources now for our listeners who want to go into entrepreneurship, am I going to start from scratch or am I going to start a business by franchising an already successful concept? So the reason why we're having this, and I think we're doing this every 2 weeks, because we wanted to increase the success rate for the Filipino people who wanted to go into entrepreneurship via franchising model. So as Dana earlier discussed, franchising is the power of growing from one to many, which is you are duplicating the successful businesses. So there are two main ingredients dyan eh. You have to be successful, the concept has to be successful, and there has to be a systems in place. So as you can see from the diagram. So it also will be helpful for you to really make your due diligence in terms of researching and also getting to know the brand that you are going to franchise. And it's best also that I'd like you to share why Philippine Franchise Association is the top of mind for our franchise buyers or our franchisees. Because the Philippine Franchise Association has been for so many years, for decades, has been the home of the trusted Filipino brands in franchising. PFA has been founded in 1995. It is the pioneer franchise association in the country, with members including the biggest franchises in the Philippines, which are both local and foreign franchises. Although 69% of our members are micro, small, and medium enterprises. We are a voluntary, self-regulating governing body. It is also the only internationally recognized association in the Philippines uh, in franchising, the franchise association in the country. Of course, PFA has been for decades the voice of the Philippine franchise sector. Now, what does it take to be a PFA member brand? So for you to assess also the brands that you are going to franchise, these members, the brands that are members of PFA, should have a good business reputation and standing. We also have a stringent screening that they should meet at least 2 of these criteria: at least 3 company-owned outlets, at least 3 franchise outlets, and they should have been franchising already for at least 3 years. So, and also they are abiding the PFA fair franchising standards. So what is the PFA fair franchising standards? It is a policy setting document adopted by the members of the PFA that covers the conduct of sales of franchise by PFA members. Why do we do this? Because we wanted to establish uniform standards of conduct to govern franchise relationships, to develop a set of principles to govern the business and legal relationships of legitimate franchisors and franchisees, and of course, to promote self-regulation of the franchising sector. Okay, so before having before PFA, the franchising in the Philippines was only for foreign and large enterprises. We had an average growth of 1 franchise per year in the Philippines, and there was a massive lack of public awareness about franchising. Now, when we started and through the years, because of Philippine Franchise Association, franchising was introduced to MSMEs. My brand, for one, has been introduced to franchising because of the PFA's work over the years. The average growth has been 62 franchises per year, and it has become the preferred investment option for many, many Filipinos who wanted to go to entrepreneurship. Okay, so although Dana already mentioned this, the key questions you have to ask is what are the support program of the franchisor, the investments, return of investment, and the right location of the brand's target market. What business adjustments are you going to adopt to the new normal? This is very crucial because as we've seen for the past 5 months, we can already see which of the brands that we wanted to shop, we wanted to buy, so that it can launch us to be an entrepreneurs, is that how they were able to adapt to the crisis for the past 5 months. If they are still operating now, and much more so if they're expanding, I'm sure success is on your way. I'm very happy to have you learn for the next brands, for the PFA members, the trusted brands that are going to present this afternoon. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you so much to our president, Ms. Cheryl Quintana. So we said that the difference between franchising and entrepreneurship is that franchising, you have already a proven system, and then there's strong brand equity. So that's it. So we're fortunate also that Ms. Cheryl will be staying with us to answer the questions later. Thank you, Ms. Cheryl. And now we proceed to the presentation of our members. So let's start with the franchise consultant of U Franchise Sales and Management. So she will be presenting several franchise business opportunities that are relevant in the new normal. So please let us all welcome Ms. Camille Malto. Ms. Camille, good afternoon.
Hi, Miss Joanna. Good afternoon po. It's really good to be back. And good afternoon po to all our participants. So first off, I would like to thank everyone for choosing to spend your time with us. By the way, I am Camille, one of the franchise consultant of U Franchise, and I will be presenting the top franchise brands that are on the upswing this time. But just to quickly introduce our company, U Franchise is the largest franchise matching platform in the Philippines. So what do we do? So basically, tinutulungan po namin yung mga aspiring franchisees like you be matched with the right franchise brand to invest in. Sa dami po kasi ng franchise offers ngayon, it's a bit confusing, lalo na po sa ating mga first-time franchisees na walang idea on what to do first and how to do it. So we are a sister company of Francorp Philippines. It's a global franchise development consultancy firm that developed the franchise program of well-known brands such as Jollibee, Maxis, the Genetics Pharmacy, and many more. We are also a member of Philippine Franchise Association. So we have sold over 1,000 franchises nationwide, and we are handling over 200 quality franchise brands. So we do not hard sell lang po on one brand. We have a lot of brands to offer. Of course, based din po yun sa assessment namin sa mga franchise applicants. So we are giving free franchise consultation, and we will not be charging you for anything. The idea here is to really help you find the right franchise for you. So with regards to the location, if you're having a hard time, we do have a location assistance, which is our premium service naman. So in the next slide, so we see that the strength of essential business will continue to grow. So this is how we selected the brands that I'll be presenting. So first is the Genetics Pharmacy, one of the largest pharmacy in our country, which operated even the ECQ as customers need access to cheap yet effective medicine. So according to the Genetics Pharmacy, we still have more than 2,000 potential locations to open. So you could be one of them. Franchise package starts at 674,000. We also have a Save 5 laundromat. It's a fast-growing self-service laundry in the country. So with most people working from home, na wala silang enough space for laundry, so the clamor for a laundromat services continue to grow. And they're offering a very affordable franchise which starts at 1.2 million. And next is Ultra Mega Value Mart. So I'm pretty sure naman that we have all realized na there is really a demand for a grocery store. So Ultra Mega offer low-cost retail shopping and wholesale needs. Franchise package starts at 2 million. We also have Roti. So as mentioned po by Miss Dana earlier, so Filipinos' love for milk tea is still on the hype. So milk tea is one of the concept na talaga pong nag-increase yung demand during the pandemic. So Roti offers affordable product with nothing above 100 and affordable franchise for only 350,000. Next is H2o Mineral Plus. It's an alkaline water refilling station from Singapore. A very compact setup best for small spaces. So franchise starts at 500,000. And last is the Lemonco. So the Lemon Company, it's health is wealth. So people today are leaning towards a healthier lifestyle. So we want something po na mag-boost ng immune system natin. So the Lemon Company continues operation through online orders and delivery. Franchise package starts at 418,000. So these are just some of the brands po that we can match you with. So in the next slide po, marami pa po kaming brands na handle with a lot of exciting promos. So if you would want to know more and explore more on the brands, let us help you po on a free one-on-one consultation. So you may drop your name, your email address, and /ufranchise at the chat box, or you can also contact us with the details shared on screen. So you can take a screenshot po of the mobile number. That's all po. Thank you.
Thank you, Camille. Thank you. Camille Malta of U Franchise.
Thank you, Sir
Thank
Jay.
you. So we now move forward to our next presenter, He's the general manager of Happy House Donuts. Let us welcome Mr. Andrew Ke. Sir?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We're so happy you're able to join this webinar, so we can have more opportunities for you in the future. So let me tell you, my name is Andrew Kemp, the general manager of Happy House Donuts. It's a company that's a brand that was set up by Happy House Food Corporation. We've been operating since 2005, and we have over 600 branches, although some of them might be temporarily closed because of the MECQ right now. But just to give you a little information about our company, we started it because we wanted to go into the donut industry and offer it in a different way. We didn't go into the malls and the commercial areas. We went into the mass market areas, basically the palenques, the terminals, tricycle terminals, and all the other smaller markets. But eventually we saw that there was a growing opportunity, and we wanted to offer a business that was affordable for anyone who had an entrepreneurial mindset. And that's why our package, as we will see later, was quite affordable. But basically, our vision is to be able to provide opportunities for anyone who wanted to do business, especially to help their families, especially during these times. And how will we do that? It's basically by offering a simple, small, and easy franchise model. Actually, our franchise model is quite a hybrid of a franchise and a dealership. Just to give you information, how we do it is we make the donuts every day fresh from our commissaries, and we deliver every day. And you only sell what you only pay for what you sell. And the next day we take back all that's what's left over, so there's no cost or shrinkage for the franchisees. And that's the kind of business that we run, and we've been doing it for 15 years. And we really want our franchisees to be able to make the most out of their investment. So as you can see in our slide, our priority is the quality of the donuts and services also. What kinds of franchisees do we have? We have all kinds of franchisees, from GP drivers, tricycle drivers, all the way up to professionals and entrepreneurs. Our package, as you can see, is very affordable. It's 50,000. It includes the donut showcase and the cabinet are actually on loan. We lend it to the franchisee. And should the franchisee decide to close after a year or 2 years, or they want to move the location, or they decide to stop the business permanently, they just return the showcase and cabinet. And actually, there's a 10,000 refundable security deposit from the 50,000. And also included are directional signage, showcase cover, uniforms, of course, and franchisee orientation, crew orientation. But for now, I guess since we're all stuck at home, it's going to be online. And we have the opening support, as mentioned in the talk earlier, and the opening paraphernalia as needed. And some questions usually asked by us is, of course, we have a contract. Our contract is just 2 years. After 2 years, we offer a 15,000 renewal fee. Included in the 15,000 peso renewal fee are the replacement of the showcase, and we relaunched the store so as it looks like it's brand new. Because over the years, we've noticed that, it's a small kiosk, a small cart only. We're not big restaurants. And our customers really wanted something new. There's a facelift every so often. So we saw that 2 years was the optimal time to do it. And there's no royalty fee. The profit is around 26% for our franchisees. You'd say it's quite small compared to others, but it's basically like consignment, because the donuts are delivered every day. And there's no more shrinkage. Basically, 26% is already what you would make. For the return on investment, the ROI, we've averages around 4 to 6 months, especially now during these times. But our quickest ROI franchisees had was like 2 weeks, because it's just 50,000, so it's quite affordable and it's easy to recuperate. And some of our franchises actually have multiple outlets, like 5 to 10 outlets. And they like to think of it as putting their money in more than one basket. So it's not all invested into one place where if you close, wala ka na. So if you close, you can decide to move the location, or you have other outlets also. So right now, what are we doing to pivot during these times? In the last slide, you'll see that we're offering, we wanted to help, because during this lockdown, we saw a lot of people ask us on Facebook and everything na, they want to franchise, they want to do a business because they lost their jobs, OFWs, and all these retrenchments. So we decided to offer a program that's even more affordable than 50,000. You'll still pay 50,000, but it's an installment program. It's a 20,000 down payment and then 5,000 per month new installment. It's the same package that you'll get as if you're a normal franchisee. And we just wanted to do this because we wanted to offer hope, employment, and learning, and also provide opportunities for everyone. So if you want to learn more about Happy House, please message us on Facebook. It's Happy House Donuts Official, or on Instagram, Happy House Donuts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew Ke, for that clear presentation about our franchise packages. So if you have any questions, put them at the Q&A box, and we will be able to ask the questions later during the Q&A portion. So to our next presenter, offering technology solutions which we need in the new normal. So to explain further their services, please let us all welcome Ms. Ed Faustino, the cluster head of SMB's PLDT Enterprise. Good afternoon, Ms. Ed.
Good afternoon, Joanna. And let me share my screen.
Okay.
Can
you share your screen? Jen, can you allow Miss S to share her screen? Just a minute. So while waiting, Miss S, so how are you? How's your what have you been doing lately from your from PLDT? Can you update us while waiting for your screen? Hello, Miss Eds. Can you hear me?
Yes, Miss Joanna. Again, good afternoon, everyone. And on behalf of PLDT Enterprise, it's my pleasure to be joining the PFA session. And of course, we're busy and monitoring, of course, our to serve the customers, and joining also yung ating mga PFA webinars, and at the same time, other webinars that we can help our customers to the new normal. So, busy days then for all of us.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice to really help our businesses, the MSMEs as well. So, just a minute, there's a technical problem. Maybe, did you already? Yeah. So now the screen is now showing. Yeah. So you can now present Miss Eds.
All
hello,
right.
Miss Eds. I think there's,
okay.
yeah, okay.
Yes. Okay, so I'm now in Avail. So good afternoon, everyone. Again, on behalf of PLDT Enterprise, it's my pleasure to be joining the PFA for this afternoon session. And I'll be discussing a digital business framework for MSMEs. I know most of you would like to get back on track by investing in a franchise. So now that you were able to choose the right franchise for you, the next question is, how do I adjust my business to the new normal? So we've heard kanina si Ms. Dan and Ms. Cheryl that mentioning the new normal. So what does the new normal look like? So a lot of MSMEs natin right now are highly traditional before the COVID. However, we need to adapt to the new normal. So we need to transition from the high contact physical store to low contact physical store. So meaning we have to adjust in terms of the investment in social distancing tools, advanced ordering system, of course, and redefine on how the customer will do the takeout and the delivery system. Before, hindi nila pinapansin yung mga online presence because the physical store is doing so good. However, with this situation, they transition. Everything is done online. Online ordering, online appointment, and of course, accepting payments via online. So now we define the new normal as less interaction and highly engaged customers. So everything is done normal. Your business will be searched online. You can do the order online. You can also do the payment online and partner with your delivery system, local delivery system, on how you will fulfill your order. And of course, your transformation into the digital, from shifting to traditional to the high contact or the new normal business will shift into the what we call the basic gateway, and the backbone of digital business transformation will starts with the strong and reliable secure connectivity. So it starts with, of course, from the PLDT and Smart award-winning wireless and fiber enterprise plans. We do have the business grade 50 Mbps, the Beyond Fiber, which comes with the Wi-Fi, and the direct line. We also have the plan up to 25 Mbps at 1899. It comes with the Wi-Fi modem and also the direct line that you can use as a calling number for your customers to call and to do the advanced ordering. We also have the available affordable 1899 and affordable plug and play with 90 gig allocation. It's only SIM only and up to 42 Mbps. So at the business, as a backup for your fixed connectivity, you can also get the plan 1899. At the same time, you can also get this and then pwede nyo dalhin sa bahay ninyo. At the same time, we also have a basic plan for plan 300 and 500, the SIM-only plan. It comes with the data allocation, unlimited all net calls, all net text, and landline. At the same time, this can be used as a calling mobile number for your customers for advanced ordering, or a SIM card for your staff or employees so that you can also collaborate. And and your digital transformations will come at the very wireless and fiber internet plans awarded by UCLA. And just to share with you, from the Q1 and Q2, PLDT and Smart is still awarded as the fastest wireless and fiber internet connectivity. So your digital transformations will start with the strong and right connectivity partner. So this is just a basic tool that we can offer to you. So kung mapapansin niyo, very budget friendly at the same time, it will not hurt your pocket. So just to share with you the 5 business pillars, so we already identified the right and the strong connectivity partner for you. Now it's the time to collaborate, to invest on the collaboration tools. The collaboration tools, of course, we have at PLDT and Smart. We have the Microsoft Teams that we can offer to you. Of course, yung mga Facebook and Messenger, they also have the chat apps that you can use in order to collaborate with your customers and to reach and to get also their inquiries. Of course, in terms of the payment platform, don't pay cash. So PayMaya. So PayMaya is one of our financial services arm of Voyager Philippines, Voyager Innovations. At the same time, you can use this to transfer via bank transfer, and at the same time accept payment via your store. And of course, in order to fulfill your customers' order via online or whether in physical store, you need to partner with your local partner like Grab, Lalamove, Angkas in order to fulfill those orders. And at the same time, ang last advice that we can give to you is, of course, to look for your relevant marketplace. Join local group to capture your target customers. So this is just the basic plans that we can offer to you, available in the market. However, if you need to be tailor-fit based on your requirements, just visit PLDT website at www.pldtenterprise.com. And right now, we have ongoing stimulus package for Beyond Fiber, 3 months free. So yes, you heard it right, 3 months free. And of course, if you want to avail of that package right now, just scan the QR code which is flashing on your screen. I'll give you a minute to scan the QR code which is flashing on your screen. And of course, this will be limited until end of the month. So just scan the QR code. And again, visit our website at www.pldtenterprise.com. So with that, I'd like to end So let's keep moving forward and step into the new day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ed Postino, PLDT Enterprise. Thank you. Yeah, and we need that now. We need it's a digital era now, so we need PLDT to help us get ahead in these times of the digital age. So on that note, we'd like to move forward and introduce to you our next presenter. He's from the Jiminy Food Corp. He will talk about Pizza Pedrico. May we call on Mr. Rolly Teologo. Mr. Rolly, come in, please.
Thank you for that warm introduction, Sir Jake. Thank you, Philippine Franchise Association, for making this webinar possible. And of course, to everyone who is on board right now, Jiminy, welcome at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. I am Rolly Teologo from Jiminy Foods Group, taking you through the Jiminy way to success, even in the midst of these trying lockdown times. Our humble beginning started when we opened our very first outlet at SM Mega Mall in 1999. Jiminy wasn't all smooth sailing. Those rough roads refines our standards in commitment to excellence with every single day. Now we are glad to be celebrating 21 years of God's faithfulness. As you can see, creating the finest brands in our portfolio with our phenomenal brands, Pizza Pedrico's and Santino Supreme Slice, which we will be introducing to you today. Our brands have been trusted and well-loved by pizza lovers everywhere, and they are available for you across almost all corners of the Philippines through our national network. Next slide, please. Allow me to introduce our two phenomenal and award-winning brands. In terms of our investment packages, both Santino Supreme Slice and Pizza Pedrico's can be activated in your approved super prime location starting from only 350,000 pesos. We will just require another 50,000 pesos as security deposit, which is refundable at the end of the contract period. Our franchise system also requires a flat 5,000 monthly support fee, no big fees during renewals. Our requirement is that you only take very good care of the brand with our customers and that you continue to expand your business to grow your assigned brand at your assigned locations. How about other fees? No other fees po. We don't collect royalty fee or any percentage from your sales. Your sales is yours. Our total contract terms for both Pizza Pedrico's and Santino Supreme Slice is good for 10 years. We divided it into 3 phases. Initial contract is good for 2 years, renewable for 3 years, and then final phase is 5 years. Return on investment for both brands are at a national average of 12 to 15 months, depending on your location, with our earliest ROI record at 2 months. Now, how would you know which brand is best for you? Don't worry, we will be here, especially for first-time business owners, all throughout your path to success. We will also help assess the market and make recommendations to our franchisees on which brand will best fit your target location. Santino Supreme Slice Pizza and Pizza Pedrico's are both very distinct. Santino Supreme Slice Pizza is all about living life supreme, making the best out of everything. Target market for Santino's are consumers with fast-paced lifestyle, professionals, students, and families. That's why normally we place Santino Supreme Slice at malls, supermarkets, terminals, standalone location, and train stations. While Pizza Pedrico's are for those people who cherish bonding moments and like sharing their paborito flavors with their family, friends, and barcadas. Enjoying great tasting pizzeria quality freshly baked pizza. Dahil ang Pizza Pedrico's ay paboritong pizza ng lahat. We give you more reasons why you should start your business within our network, the Jiminy way. Number one, our brands. We are the pioneer dominant market leader and innovator in the frozen fresh pizza segment in the Philippines. We build recognized and winning brands in operating systems established through 21 years of experience. Pizza Pedricos is the largest pizza network in the Philippines and recognized by the Entrepreneur Magazine Philippines as one of the only 13 Philippine brands in the Franchise Hall of Fame. Santino Supreme Slice naman is the largest Philippine pizza cart and dominant leader in its category. Number two, our systems. We have proven and tested successful business systems. We have store concepts that are easy to operate. Inventory controls are easy to manage with our limited stock keeping units. We provide very comprehensive training program in support for both franchisee and staff. And number three, our products, FDA approved with superior quality and consistent frozen fresh pizzas available nationwide. Our products are made from the best and the most premium ingredients from all over the world. No smoke, no mess, other product preparation at the outlets. We have state-of-the-art freezing technology to lock in our product's freshness. Products are not touched by hands anymore once prepared in the outlets and served to consumers, ensuring utmost safety for buyers. Good news also, because we have already adapted to the new normal. We have extended our brands to also do business through online stores, delivery platforms, home or office satellite selling, and community selling using electronic payments and technology. What is remarkable is that even in the midst of lockdown times, we have created and successfully launched our new brand, Pizza to Go, that aims to provide people an opportunity to earn. We will be coming up with brand-specific applications soon, so watch out for them. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The roadmap to your success is with the Jiminy Way. Thank you for your attentiveness. That ends my presentation. I am Rolly Teologo from Jiminy Foods Group saying thank you and have a Jiminy Day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rolly.
Thank you, Ma'am Joanna.
Sharing the pizza. Yeah, from a pizza concept, we now go to Sumo Takoyaki. It is not a Japanese, it is a home brand. It's a Philippine brand, but with the twist of Japanese taste and a Filipino taste. So now, please let us all welcome the president and the owner himself, Mr. Bong Magpayo. Good afternoon, Mr. Bong.
Hi, Ma'am Joy. Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone on a rainy Friday.
Hello, Mr. Bong, are you there? John.
Hello. Okay ba?
Yes, let us
clear
put
now?
on video, Mr. Bong, please. Yan.
I think I'm
You're
seeing
on
myself.
screen already, sir.
Okay. Oh.
Ano,
Again,
sir,
good afternoon.
already on screen.
Sorry. Okay, good afternoon to everyone on a Friday, rainy Friday. Si kunay mga Bisaya diri, maayong hapon sa inyo ang tanan. Well, allow me first to introduce the man behind Sumo Takoyaki. I am Bong Magpayo. I am a certified franchise executive bestowed by the Philippine Franchise Association. I'm also an active member of Go Negosyo, of which I am a mentor and a moderator. Also, well, precisely in Go Negosyo, we teach and we empower would-be entrepreneurs to think of, to start a small business and make it big. Precisely, I am here in the food cart industry, no? So, at the onset, I'd like to welcome you all to the growing Sumo Takoyaki family. So, what makes our Sumo Takoyaki different from the others, no po, no? Dahil ang dami-dami pong takoyaki that comes out of the market. We don't claim it to be that we're an authentic takoyaki. We are the Filipino version of takoyaki with special butter to suit the Pinoy taste, similar to the product position of the very successful burger food chain, Langhap Sarap. So yan din po ang aming product positioning. It's very original. Does not have the fishy taste, no? Dahil karamihan po ng takoyaki, well, if you go to Japan, malalansa. So we don't have that fishy taste because our squid are powdered in powder form. And then we have choices of toppings, chicken flakes, pork floss, fishy powder. At saka po, we use local ingredients. Precisely, we would like to help our local farmers. Sumo Takoyaki po is a spin-off brand of Sweet Corner and 12C4 Bread Station. No? Our mission also here is to help our farmers. So every time you eat Sumo Takoyaki, every time you will franchise Sumo Takoyaki, you are helping our farmers. So we use local ingredients, cabbage, onion leeks, no, and carrots. And then we have these special sauces, no, chili sweet and sour that would really, how do you say that? That would really appeal to the Filipino taste. And it's very affordable to all markets, A, B, C, D, E. Lahat po yan, covered natin. So, at the end of the day, it's all about product costing po. The profitability of a business would really somehow entice. That would really depend on the profitability of the business, whether you are going to franchise or not. So, price point namin is 28 pesos. Ang product cost po namin is 840. So, you are left with gross profit margin of more or less 20 pesos. That's about 70% gross profit margin, which is beyond the normal. So, kung tatanggalin po natin yung operating expenses, which is, well, practically mababa lang naman po. So, you have 13.72. 40%. Imagine 40% net income margin po ang inyong kikitain dito sa Sumo Takoyaki. Kaya po ba? Is it attainable? Is it doable? Opo. Assuming if you're serving like 100 units per day, meron na po kayong net income na 1,372. Kung 200 servings po a day, meron na po kayong 2,744. At sa 300 unit servings per day, meron po kayong 4,000 pesos. Kaya po ba yan? Sa 8 hours of operation at 300 units, that's about 38 servings per hour. You can just imagine our franchise po is only 250,000. Well, we don't ask for the whole amount, that 250,000 right away. Normally, we ask for a down payment of 50%, covered by a memorandum of agreement. And then once you sign up the franchise agreement, such a time we will ask for the remaining 50%. No? Yung first 50% po, which is 125,000, we will use that for the fabrication of the cart, equipment, utensils, etc. Our package is all in, all in na. That includes the cart, equipment, utensils, initial inventory, marketing assistance, operations assistance, mayors, we will walk you through, we will help you with your business permits, everything. Practically, nandiyan na po lahat, no? Wala na kayong isipin. Your responsibility is to just manage the business, your food cart. Now, sasabihin nyo po, hindi naman po pwede yata ngayon sa mall yan. Tama po yan. Precisely, we would like to encourage you to open Sumo Takoyaki sa community. We need to be community-based dahil nandun po ang negosyo ngayon. Instead of people going out to the malls, no, we would like to encourage you to open Sumo Takoyaki in your own communities. So, apart from having, sasabihin natin na masarap na takoyaki, we also do brand building. Maingay po kami sa market kasi precisely, it's all about, investing on brand equity. So, meron po kaming product endorser. Nandiyan po si Aubrey Miles, ang ating product endorser. Siya po ang dati kong girlfriend. Di niya lang po alam. Anyway, kinukuha po namin siya kasi when you pass by our food cart, no, of course, is come on, no? Once you see her face, syempre, beautiful face, it will follow that you will also take a look at our Sumo Takoyaki. Our Sumo Takoyaki is being produced, being grilled right at your very eyes, no? Makikita nyo po kung paano niluluto. Dahil sa experience po namin, mas gusto ng mga customers na nakikitang niluluto ang kanilang pagkain. Apart from that, we also do social media exposures, no? Sometimes you see us on TV. So, ang idea po rito is to put our brand names into the consciousness of our consumer. So, yan po si Secretary Mon Lopez when he was still an executive director, no? Medyo nagustuhan po ang ating Sumo Takoyaki. So I think that's the end of our presentation. And in case you'd like to know more about Sumo Takoyaki, you can you can ask, you can send an email to any franchise consultant of you franchise. No? So sila po ang, they will be the ones who will take care of your increase. So again, thank you very much. I'd like to say good afternoon to our president, si Ma'am Sher Quintana.
Thank
I'll
you,
turn
Mr.
to you now, Sir Jake.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Bong Magpayo. Nakakagutom, ha?
Thank you, thank you.
And then next natin ay food na naman, no? So, tamang-tama kasi magmemerienda na tayo. But stick around, viewers, no? We still have one more, and of course, the questions that we're waiting for from you. So on that note, may introduce to you our next speaker, no? He works for Gardenia Bakeries, no? So if you like Gardenia, you'll be happy to hear that you have now a bread station, no? It's called Big Smile Bread Station, where they can sell bread, no? So on that note, may introduce to you the one who will present their franchise package, Mr. Ray Manalo. Mr. Ray Manalo, come in, please.
Hi, Sir Jake. Good afternoon. Thank you. So first of all, siguro before I start, I'd like to thank PFA for inviting us on this webinar. It's really our pleasure to be here right now. And to everyone, I hope everybody is safe and sound today as we get into this situation that we have right now. To start with my presentation, I only have 5 minutes to discuss all about Big Smile Bread Station. Siguro, let me start by sharing with you or giving you a little background or a brief overview about Big Smile Bread Station by Gardenia. So on my next slide, sino ba si Big Smile? The question always is, who is Big Smile and what Big Smile Bread Station has to offer in terms of its franchising opportunity? So I would suppose that everybody knows about Gardenia Bakeries. So Gardenia, it's the leading bread manufacturer in the country. So we've been the #1 bread manufacturer in the country for about almost 2 decades or more than 2 decades now. And the company behind Big Smile is Gardenia Bakeries. So basically, Big Smile Bread Station is one of the retail business units of Gardenia Bakeries. So the concept of Big Smile, it's a neighborhood community bake shop. But the only difference would be our unique business model. Since we are a bread station, for a traditional bakery kasi, the traditional bakery, on-site baking sila. So meaning lahat ng breads are baked in their store. For Big Smile kasi, we don't do on-site baking. So the concept initially is we don't do on-site baking. Question natin would be bakit no on-site baking? For a bakery that doesn't do on-site baking, parang medyo kakaiba siya. So reasons being is because si Gardenia kasi ventured into Big Smile kasi gusto namin sa Gardenia to maintain the product quality and consistency of the products. So what we do, we have our centralized commissary in Gardenia, specifically in Laguna, where all our breads are being manufactured in that centralized commissary, ensuring that all our breads and all our products are in high quality at the same time to ensure the product consistency. So for a traditional bakery kasi, there are few challenges that a traditional bakery could normally face. So number one, kasi for example, a traditional bakery, you need to hire your own baker. And hiring a baker is not an easy task. You have to get a skilled one, wherein all your sales will be highly dependent on your baker. For example, umabsent yung baker mo. So main problem would be yung sales, saan mo kukunin, yung product saan mo kukunin. So we wanted to eliminate that particular challenge. That's why we venture into no on-site baking concept. So all our breads, straight from our commissary, it will be delivered to the retail outlets. And as a franchisee or as a business owner, you only have to focus on your sales building and not worry about your production. Another reason would be for a traditional bakery, siguro at least 24 square meters yung pwesto na kailangan mong hanapin. As for Big Smile, for as small as around 12 square meters, possible ka na to open a bakery because you don't need to worry about the production. So your storage area, your production area, you don't need to invest on expensive baking equipment. Kasi nga, our centralized commissary would produce the products that is going to be delivered to your retail outlets. So yun yung ating concept. Another one, especially during this health crisis that we are facing right now, kasi during this pandemic, we are going back to the basics, which is health, sanitation, and proper hygiene. Kasi for our products kasi, which is all our pre-packed, meaning nakabalot na po siya, it will be delivered to your stores in pre-packed na or in pillow packed. In terms of sanitation and in terms of hygiene and health, so mas makakasiguro tayo that all our products are in good quality and being produced and being manufactured with utmost quality and sanitation. So yun yung concept ni Big Smile Bread Station. So what we offer a wide variety of bakery bread products, again using the baking expertise of Gardenia Bakeries. So yun yung basic concept ni Big Smile. On my next slide, I will show you the franchise investment. So for Big Smile Bread Station, we offer different formats. Specifically, we have 3 different store formats. Namely, we have the fit-out kiosk, which investment would cost you around 340,000. We also have our outdoor kiosk, which will cost you around 420,000. And then we have our indoor cart. For our indoor cart, this is actually the format that we recommend to our franchisees. Why? It's because the investment is as low as 270,000. So all our formats will be depending naman on your actual location. So yung location mo, we will assess the location, we will check your location, then we have our in-house design team naman who can help you in terms of store design and construction. So for an indoor cart, for as low as 270,000, you can actually open a bread station, a Big Smile Bread Station. For the investment, it includes our franchise fee of 67,200, VAT inclusive. It's good for 3 years, so our contract po basically is good for 3 years. Then it's renewable naman after termination of your contract. So yeah, so it also includes our store design and renovation. So again, we have our in-house team who can help you with the store design and construction. It also includes bakery accessories and equipment, minor bakery equipment lang since you don't have to provide naman major baking equipment. Then it also includes the training and marketing support as well as pre-operating support for your store. So yeah, next slide please. Okay, for our franchisees, we have our franchise support program that could really help our franchisees moving forward. One of which would be we don't charge royalty fee. Right now, we don't charge royalty fee for all our franchisees. So for a store for a franchisee na walang royalty fee, napakalaking bagay niya for a franchisee kasi you don't have to worry about royalty fee. So bakit wala kaming royalty fee? It's because we wanted to help the franchisees na makabuelo sa kanilang operations and focus more on sales building and not worry about those things. At the same time, we also offer our franchise fee buy one take one. So buy one take one din po yung franchise fee natin, meaning you have to pay a franchise fee of 67,000, which is good for 2 stores na. So you open your first store and then after a few months or a few years, you will have to open your second store. You don't need to pay another franchise fee. So for this 2020, that's part of our support program. So for all our attendees, if you want to take advantage of this promo, you can contact us and we can do further discussion about this. And then we also provide bread exchange subsidy. Kasi yung breads nga natin or yung products natin is breads, so it's highly perishable. So a question would be, anong gagawin natin once hindi mabenta yung breads? So yung laging question natin. So we provide bread exchange subsidy. So for the first 3 months, 100% tayo na BO allowance, meaning all your breads na hindi mabenta, we will pick it up and then ibabawas namin sa billing mo. So we won't charge you for all the breads na hindi mo mabenta for the first 3 months of operations. Then moving forward, we have a certain percentage naman on the bread exchange allowance that we can also provide. So yeah, at the same time, we also have Gardenia kasi also offers another one franchising opportunity aside from Big Smile. We also have our bakery cafe concept, which is Baker's Mason. So if you want to know more about Baker's Mason as well, feel free to contact us. My number is on the slide on the presentation. So for further details or for more information, you can contact us or contact me through that number. You can ask questions related to both Big Smile and Baker's Mason. So yeah, I think that ends my presentation. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ray Manalo, for that
Thank you, Ms. Joanne.
very good presentation. So I would like to thank again all our franchise presenters, our PFA members for their time and support for this webinar. So we can now proceed to the question and answer portion so that we could answer the questions raised by our participants. Maybe I can ask I will throw the first question first to our resource speaker, Ms. Dana. So we have a question here from Mr. Alan Kalumpang. Is it possible to have a corporation name as the franchisee if the franchisee will acquire a franchise business?
Yeah, your franchise, when you set up the company that will manage the franchise, it can either be DTI registered or SEC. It depends on how big the franchise you are going to get. Like if it's a casual dining restaurant where you will be investing tens of millions, or is it just going to be a small card with a 25,000 investment? So, tingnan mo kung anong mas tama. What you need to look at are first yung firewall, di ba? And then pangalawa, tax advantage. Consult your accountant on that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Dana. And then there's another question for you. What's the importance of IPO registration? Of course, this is important, especially in franchising. So can you elaborate on that, Ms. Dana?
Okay, if you are, kasi the essence of franchising is granting the right to use the name. So when the franchisor grants the franchisee the right to use the name, first the franchisor has to own the name. And it's not enough that you are registered with DTI or your LGU. You have to register your trademark with the Intellectual Property Office. IPOphil.gov.ph. So it's very easy for franchisors to register it. To register it's like I think less than 2,000 pesos. But you have to make sure that your franchisors are registered, because anytime during your franchise relationship, let's say you signed the franchise agreement already and you are operating your store already, suddenly hindi pala siya yung may-ari ng name. Someone comes to your store and gives you a notice to bring down the signage. So it will be a problem for you, but it's going to be more of a problem for your franchisor, because imagine setting up hundreds of stores tapos hindi ka nakarehistro sa IPO. Diba? So anytime pwedeng maging problema yon.
Ayan. Thank you so much. And then there's another one from Ms. Dana. Is there a limit to how many different franchising companies one can avail? So parang different franchises, so multi-brand franchising.
I think he wants to invest in lots of.
Yeah.
Daming pang invest. Yeah.
Well, nice to hear you been in the.
I think that's what we call franpreneurs. Diba? You have your entrepreneurs and you have your franpreneurs who go into entrepreneurship by buying franchises. Okay. Pwede ba o hindi? Pwede kang maging number one if you have one brand. Let's say you own a sumo takoyaki. Marami yan. Because pwedeng one franchisee will have multiple branches, di ba? Multiple unit franchisees. Yan yung tawag natin. Pwede rin naman na one person will own a happy house, will own a sumo takoyaki, will own a gardenia. That's also a multiple unit, kaya lang iba-ibang brands. What you need to look out for is ask first your franchisor or look at your franchise agreement if there is a non-compete. Kasi in most cases, baka hindi ka pwede mag-acquire ng franchise of two similar concepts because meron silang non-compete sa franchise agreement. So best to review the franchise agreement. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Dana. Those are really good advices for our prospective franchisees. So maybe Jake, I think we have more questions for our franchise presenters.
Yes, we have a question here. Like, it's for all the presenters. No? How can you ensure? No? So I think everyone can answer. No? Our presenters. How can you ensure continuing support of delivery and supply of products to franchisees, no? Especially during this time that we are in quarantine, no? And ECQ. So how can you assure that of the continued supply, no, to your franchisees? I think we go now to our first. We go to our first muna, no? Si Mr. Andrew Pe.
Yes.
Andrew Pe. And we go down until Mr. Ray Manalo.
So how can we secure it? So basically we have especially in Metro Manila, we have 2 big commissaries. So if ever there's a problem, especially now biglang magla-lockdown yung ibang areas, we have a secondary kitchen that can support the other franchisees. But of course, if it's the store mismo that has a problem, then it will be difficult for us to deliver to them kasi sila yung naka-lockdown. Eh. So for example, I think next week, San Jose del Monte will be locked down. So definitely we have to temporarily close for that week. So, but in terms of us, the franchisee supplying, it should be okay. In fact, what we did is we housed our production people already in our commissary so that they don't have to keep coming in and out and getting exposed to any potential viruses. So we convinced them to stay inside for their safety and the safety of their families also, as well as to continue the production of the donuts. For us, that's what we're doing now.
Okay. So 2 commissaries and stay in. So we go next to Mr. Rolly Teologo, Pizza Pedrico.
Thank you, Sir Jake, for that question. Right now we have 3 commissaries across the 3 regions, Visayas, Luzon, Mindanao. We have commissaries sa bawat island. So walang problema sa amin yung supply chain. Even ngayong panahon ng lockdown times, no? We even extended our logistics services, delivering products directly sa mga franchises namin. Sa bahay nila, actually. So yun yung ginagawa namin right now. And then, even naka-skeletal workforce kami, we have shuttle na sinusundo yung mga employees for us to ensure na tuloy-tuloy yung production namin.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rolly Teologo of Pizza Pedricas. We move now to Mr. Bong Magpayo. Sir.
Yes, Sir Jay. Good afternoon again. Kasi in our case, we would like to empower our would-be franchisees to be entrepreneurs in their own right. Kaya ang scheme namin sa franchising is separately we have generics ingredients and proprietary ingredients. No? Ito yung ginagawa natin all over the Philippines. Yung generic ingredients, these are the ingredients that they buy themselves, no? Yan yung mga binibili nila, like carrots, onion leeks, repolyo. They buy those ingredients by themselves. And then what we normally supply to them is only the butter. The butter and the one that, you know, this is the one that rolls the takoyaki into a ball, no? Yun yung butter, parang dough. So yun ang sinusupply namin. Apart from that, the toppings and the flavorings, which are all in powder form. So yun, it's not a problem on us since we only supply butter, no? Yung nga sabi ko, we try to make them entrepreneurs in their own right. So sila yung bumibili ng carrots, sila yung bumibili ng repolyo. So they have to do the responsibility of making sure na fresh palagi ang kanilang binibiling vegetables. Yun, Sir Jake.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Bong. I think I took over muna. So we'll go next to Mr. Manalo of Big Smile. So how do you ensure continuing support of delivery and supply of products to your franchisee, sir?
Ms. Joanne, siguro we are quite fortunate enough to have Gardenia as our mother company. Si Gardenia, as we all know, highly invested on the manufacturing facility as well as its logistics system. So in terms of manufacturing and production, mainly yung production namin is mainly automated. Sabi nga, di ba, yung mga commercials namin, it's untouched by hands. So yung production namin, it's highly systemized naman siya. And the management of Gardenia has been doing a great job on making sure that we have contingency plans just in case things like this or crises like this happen. So yun. And then yung logistics naman, we have our own or we have our in-house logistics capacity naman. Kung mapapansin nyo, all throughout the Philippines, marami tayong trucks naman na nakikita natin. So yun, Gardenia has been here naman for more than 2 decades. So in terms of system in manufacturing, supply chain, and logistics, so na-fulfill naman namin yung supply requirements ng aming mga branches even during this time. So yun.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Manalo, for that. So our franchises no need to worry because our franchises can guarantee continuing support and supply of their products. And now we go to the next question. This is from Lynette de Guzman. Yes, Jake, we have another question. You're back now, Jake.
Yeah. Oh, pasensya na. Yung mga aso nagpatayan dito eh.
So can I ask this question, the next question? Yeah.
So go ahead, John.
So for everyone, so maybe we will start from Miss Camille Malta of You Franchise, because she has also several brands under the company of You Franchise. So the question is, who chooses the location of the store? Can the franchisee suggest the location of the store? So maybe hear from you, Miss Camille.
Hi. Thank you, ma'am. That's a good question. Actually, that's one of the mostly concerns po ng mga interested franchisees sa amin. For you franchise, actually, we have 3 options po with regards to location. First is, if a franchisee or a franchise applicant has her own target location, ifo-forward lang po namin siya sa franchisor for their evaluation. The second option is, since we have a lot of franchise brands partner with, may mga brands po doon na they have available locations po. So may mga lease offer sila sa mga mall or even outside mall po na pwede namin i-offer din sa mga franchise applicant. And then the third option po is the one that I mentioned earlier, is that kapag wala talagang mahanap, we have a location acquisition officer po that can assist you sa paghahanap po ng mga location. So, pwede sila mag-propose sa amin, pwede din po kaming maghanap ng location on their behalf. So, yun po, Miss Joanna.
Right, yes. That's a full parang program, support program. So, it's either. Yeah, so now we go next to Mr. Andrew K. again of Happy House to answer this question.
Sorry, so the question is the site, no? In our business model, the franchisees don't submit the site to us, but we have to approve it. We have to give it the final approval. We conduct feasibility tests to make sure that it will be profitable for the franchisee. So in our case, let's say negative yung site na in-apply ng franchisee, what we do is we recommend, let's say around the corner or somewhere close that will cater better to the trade area that the franchisee is looking at.
All right, thank you, Mr. Andrew. Now we go to Mr. Bong. Hi, sir, Mr. Bong.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, about the location.
Yeah, the same. It works both ways. Kasi we've been in the business, we've been in franchising business for the past 10 long years. Kaya we have been receiving proposals left and right, no? Offering their locations, terminals, schools, communities, no? Pero at the end of the day, there should be a meeting of minds, no? We can submit to them a proposal, or they can also submit to us their proposal. So it works both ways. Kasi there are a lot of things to consider, like, of course, not only foot traffic, di ba? We need to also look, we need to check on the type of market purchasing power of the customers. So it works both ways. Sabi ko nga sa amin, we are not only making them as franchisees, no? We would like them to become entrepreneurs in their own right by themselves. Yun, Ma'am Joanna.
Thank you, Mr. Bong, for that clear explanation. And now to may we hear from Mr. Manalo, your answer to the question about store locations.
Okay, Ms. Joanne, siguro I share the same sentiment with Sir Bong. Sabi niya kasi when it comes to location, it should work both ways. Tama si Sir Bong doon kasi we all know that when it comes to franchising, it should be an open communication and partnership din kasi. So once they propose a look or the franchisee proposes a location to us, we will definitely give our assessment. We will check the site, but at the same time, we can also propose a location to them. At the end of the day, they will approve the location. They should approve the location. At the same time, we will approve the location as well. So again, it should work both ways. Kasi partnership yung franchising eh. So it's like a marriage talaga na dapat open communication tayo between franchisor and franchisee. So yun.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Manalo. So I think there's another question here for you po.
Sige po, ma'am.
From Miss Chan, would you allow a kiosk in a residential setting? She has a garage that can fit a kiosk setup for Big Smile. So can you allow that setup, sir?
Apo. Again, it will always depend on the actual location. So we have to check your location first, ma'am, and then we will give our general assessment or initial assessment about the location. But generally, for Big Smile kasi our primary market would be residential market. Kasi since tinapa yung ino-offer namin, talagang primarily residential market yung main market namin. So in a residential setting, generally maganda siya or medyo feasible yung location na yun kung nasa residential setting siya. But at the end of the day, we still have to check your location kasi it still depend on the actual location itself before we have to check the location before we can give our initial assessment. At the same time, si franchisee then can do her own initial assessment about the market kasi mas kilala niya, especially if it's a residential market kasi meaning dun siya nakatira. So mas kabisado niya din yan. So pwede niyang ibigay sa amin yung assessment niya. Then we can reconfirm once we visit the location. So again, it still depends on the location. We still have to check the location and we still have to give our initial assessment about the location. But generally, a residential setting po is good for Big Smile.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Manalo. At least there's another option. So, Jake, can you?
I think the question is open to all. I think the question can be asked to everyone, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi they're all naman kiosk, no? They're all kiosk. So I think we'd like to ask this question to Mr. Androque, to Mr. Rolly Teologo, to Mr. Bong Montayo. If you're open yung kiosk, no, in a residential location o garahe, kung okay naman sa nila. Yes, Mr. Androque, can you answer the question, please?
Yeah, hi. Usually for us, especially before the COVID pandemic happened, usually we don't recommend residential areas because although walang rental yung franchisee and usually walang rental and it's easier to manage for them, the ROI would be quite long. Kasi donuts are an impulse product. Usually you need high foot traffic and people it's an impulse buy. It's not like the gardenia breads na staple talaga every day. So, but during these times, we have to reevaluate the location because some franchisees who want to open in their residential areas, they have plans of doing online selling to institutional places. So we're more lax in that option now, but we have to know the plans of the franchisees because they might have a certain program already in place na they are reselling to that whole subdivision or whole area, or they have an office that they cater to. So it would depend on the plans of the franchisees. Still, it's like sabi ni Sir Bong kanina, it's a meeting of the minds. We have to talk about it and see what we can do for now.
Thank you, Mr. Androque. How about si Mr. Rolly Teologo, Pizza Pedricos?
Yes, Sir Jake. For a residential area, normally that's the basic steps. No, dumadaan talaga yan sa assessment namin. Actually, hindi lang isang beses. Actually, 3 times. 2 weekdays and isang weekend yung foot traffic count namin dyan. And then kapag hindi pumasa for cart operation, say for Santino's or Pizza Pedricos, the beauty of the brand is that, as I mentioned a while ago, we created Pizza to Go. So ito yung creation ng brand where we can penetrate, access yung mga communities natin. So ito yung binibigay naming tulong sa mga franchises namin right now, enabling them to sell sa kanilang mga community. Plus yung mga nawalan ng trabaho right now. Heard that 10 million Filipinos are losing jobs. So we help them through our Pizza to Go brand. Sir Jay.
Thank you. We go now to Mr. Bong Magpayo. Sir?
Sir Jake, yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, sabi nga, di ba, the trend nowadays is businesses are going back to the community. So, maganda yan, community-based. Kaya lang, we have to check, baka naman yung bahay nyo nasa dulo ng inyong subdivision. We have to check the location, if it's in a corner, di ba? Main road, yun yung mga consideration. There must be somehow an awareness, no? Dapat may it's easier for somebody to see your site. Although if you will notice, di ba, sa subdivision, mga neighbors, they're buying one commodity, one product from one another, di ba? So nagiging parang microcosm of bayanihan. So I guess it's feasible, but then again, we really have to check also because we're also taking care of our brand. No? Yun ang primary consideration. We cannot just open anywhere elsewhere. We have to really check that. One is the foot traffic, second is the type of market, and then of course the location of the residential of the residents. Yon, Sir Jake.
Okay, sir. Sir, before you go, sir, how about you said market? Ano ba yung market ng sumo takoyaki, sir?
Well, lahat naman ngayon A, B, C, D, kumakain ng takoyaki, yes. So, and then ang price point natin, Sir Jake, is 28. Although we can bring it down on franchisees, on communities, or station or place in a community. Dahil sabi nga ni Mr. K, wala pong renta. That is one primary fixed cost that is worth considering. Imagine wala kayong renta. So malaking bagay po yan, no? So wala kayong fixed cost. Yung fixed cost, kahit na may kita o wala, babayaran mo. So yan, napakagandang consideration po yan.
Thank you, Mr. Bong Magpayo. Thank you. I think
Thank you, Sir
also, yes, sir. I think that question is also open to all our presenters because someone also texted the question, the target market. So we go naman pataas tayo. So we go next to Mr. Ray Manalo. Ano yung target market niyo, sir?
Yes, Sir Jake, for the target market of Big Smile, primarily we are targeting broad C and D market, or mainly broad C market. But since yun nga, we are considered as necessity or as a staple din. Kasi breads tayo. So even class A and B market, bumibili din siya. Pero primarily, we are targeting the broad C and D market. As for the locations naman, ayun nga, residential market. At the same time, yung mga locations with where the population actually converge. So yung marami pa rin tao with buying power din dun sa area. So yun, sir, yung target market ni Big Smile.
Thank you, thank you. So we go next to Mr. Rolly Teologo. Ano yung target market niyo, sir?
Yes, Sir Jake. For our target market, kasi we have different brands. Like si Jiminy, we're targeting Class A. And then si Pizza Pedricos naman and si Santino Supreme Slice, we are targeting B and C. So, and then Pizza to Go sa community naman. So, all of the market, we're eyeing actually. So, we are reaching different communities through our brands. Kaya lahat ng market, Sir Jake, talagang we're eyeing through creation of different brands.
Okay. Sir, may tanong ako. Yung when you open a business, a kiosk, isang brand lang. You cannot open 3 brands. Dapat
yes, Sir Jake. You can open, let's say for example, Pizza Pedricos right now, and then eventually you want to expand. You can open Santino's eventually, and then Pizza to Go.
In another location. But not in one location.
Yes, sir, in a different location.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Now we go to Mr. Andrew Ke about what is answer up to this question.
So initially, when we opened Happy House, it was we wanted to go to the mass market, volume kami, so it's like C and D market. Pero recently, the B and even the lower A, parang since we focus on the best quality products talaga, nagugustuhan na yung taste . So we're actually open to the idea of going all the way up to A, but of course we want to focus our efforts on the BCD market.
Thank you, sir. I think John has a question naman for yung ating presenter from PLDT.
Yeah, from Mr. King Gonzalez. His question is the Smart Bro 1899 plan applicable to Pocket Smart Bro Wi-Fi, or does it need to be upgraded? Our question for Miss Eds.
Yes, Joanna, applicable siya sa ating packet Wi-Fi. Yung pinakita lang natin kanina is just a SIM card, but it also comes with a router that they can choose on. So meron tayong mga available na router that they can choose on.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Miss S. Do you have anything more updates to share with our audience or viewers, or anything new tech solutions from PLDT, ma'am?
Right now, Joanna, the technologies are here. There are a lot of tools that they can use. Yung pinakita ko kanina is just the basic, the basic packages that they can start. Since right now, most of the viewers natin would like to invest, would like to start into the new business. So yung pinakita natin kanina, from the fixed, from the wireless, down to their employees connectivity are just the basic. And for the rest naman ng ating mga existing customers na natin, I believe you are very familiar na right now, PLDT has launched yung ating 5G network connectivity within Metro Manila, and of course in Clark. So there's a lot upcoming from the PLDT and smart connectivity. So yun lang. Sabi nga natin, if you want to start with the right franchise, of course you need a right and strong connectivity partners also.
Yeah, that's correct, ma'am. So that it would encourage, it would promote efficiency and productivity, right, ma'am? So
Yeah.
I think, Jake, we have to end this our webinar. So maybe we'll ask our speakers and presenters to give their closing statements or parting words. Brother Jake. Okay, maybe he's not. Maybe we can start with Mr. Ray Manalo. Hi, sir. Any parting words for our participants, viewers? Hello, sir. We can't hear you po. Okay. So, yeah, okay, we can hear you now.
Okay. Sige, ma'am. Ayun po, lastly, again, thank you for this opportunity to share with everyone what Big Smile has to offer. Again, if you want, you may want to consider Big Smile Bread Station as one of your franchising opportunities that you can venture into. And we will be more glad to assist you on how you can be successful entrepreneurs, even during these times of pandemic. So yeah, keep safe, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Ray.
Thank
Now
you,
we go to Mr. Bong. Hi, sir.
Hi. Again, kanina they were talking about target market. Ang target market namin po in this age of pandemic are those people who love their body. Dahil amin pong binebenta all veggies ang takoyaki. Siyempre, if you want to prolong your life, if you want to make it safe from the virus, no? So you have to be healthy, and one of becoming healthy, choosing the right food, no? So Sumo Takoyaki, all vegetables po yan. At the same time, for those who would like to franchise, I can assure you that once you choose Sumo Takoyaki, you will not end up as mere franchisee. You will end up as an entrepreneur, having enough leverage, elbow room to move around, no? Magiging cost conscious kayo because you will be buying your own ingredients, like yung generic ingredients like repolyo, carrots, no? So yan po, so magiging kayong entrepreneur. And third is para po dun sa nag-iisip mag-franchise, no? Karamihan po, majority of our ingredients, majority portion o bulk of our ingredients are comprised of local vegetables. So you're helping our farmers to live a decent life once you choose Sumo Takoyaki. So again, thank you very much, Philippine Franchise Association, sa ating chairman, si Sir Rich San, si ating president, si Ma'am Cheryl. Maraming salamat. So, thank you, Sir Jake. Thank you, Ma'am Joanna. More power. Salamat po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bo. More power to you also. And thank you for promoting inclusive growth, sir, di ba? By engaging our farmers. That's inclusive business model, sir. And now we proceed to Mr. Rolly from Pizza Federico's. Parting words, sir.
All right. Thank you, Ma'am Joanna. Thank you, Sir Jake. Thank you, PFA. I personally believe that God is in full control of this pandemic. We just need to stand still, hope and pray that we were able to give you some insights that will help you shape your decision on how to invest the right franchise. God bless everyone.
Thank you.
Okay,
God
thank you,
bless.
Mr. Rolly. And Jake? Okay, so after Mr. Rolly,
I missed na yung I don't know who next.
yeah, sige.
You go ahead, go
Uh,
ahead.
All right, we will have Mr. Andrew from Happy House.
Hi, thanks again to PFA, Ma'am Joanna, Sir Jake, for the opportunity to share our business concept. So just want to tell everyone, it's a pandemic, but don't worry because, sabi ng mentor namin, when the night is darkest, that's when the brightest stars shine. So take the opportunity to franchise any of these business models, any franchise here. If you want Happy House, we're open to it. It's not only about making money, because when you open a franchise or a business or anything, you're giving opportunities also to employees, more people to have a livelihood and have income. So even if we're safe at home, relaxing lang, let's think about others also. And when you do a business, it helps more people. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. And now, that's correct, sir. So franchising is a powerful tool for nation building, providing creation of enterprises and creation of job opportunities. And now we proceed to Miss Camille of You Franchise.
Hi, ma'am. I think
Yes.
my last words po is I think would like to congratulate everyone who have taken the first step po sa inyong franchise journey, which is yung pag-attend po ng ganitong klaseng webinar. And I really hope na at some point we made we made everyone feel at ease na by knowing na there's always a business opportunity in every situation. And Ms. Joanna, can I plug din po yung aming webinar this coming
Yeah,
August 18 po.
sure.
If yung mga attendees po natin is they have a business partner who weren't able to attend the webinar today, you can attend our webinar po. It's on August 18, that's 2 p.m. You can visit our Facebook page. It's You Franchise Sales and Management. And lastly, thank you po to PFA, Ms. Joanna, Sir Jake, and Ms. Cheryl po for always having You Franchise.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Camille. And of course, we go to Miss Ed of PLDT before we proceed to Miss Dana. Hello, Miss Ed.
Hi,
Yeah.
Joanna. Again, thank you so much for having PLDT Enterprise to your webinar. Thank you for inviting us every month to your session. And again, to our attendees, the technologies are here and PLDT Enterprise are one with you to help you start your journey. So let's keep moving forward and have a wonderful afternoon.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Miss Ed. And of course, we have our resource speaker, Miss Dana. May we hear your parting words, ma'am?
Hi, thanks, Joanna. If you are going into entrepreneurship, if you're entering entrepreneurship, franchising is really the maybe safest way to go into entrepreneurship. And also, if I can plug, FranCorp will be holding a how to franchise your business growth amidst uncertainty webinar. And we have as one of the speakers no less than the father of franchising himself, Mr. Sammy Lim. So to register, this is also via Zoom and it's free. Go to the FranCorp PH Facebook page and you will be brought to the link where you can register. Para to sa mga franchisors. So if you have an existing business at the moment and you are contemplating on franchising it, so do attend this How to Franchise Your Business, Growth Amidst Uncertainty, August 19 po, 2 p.m. via Zoom. Thank you very much, PFA.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you,
Miss
Dana.
Dana. Ayan, Brother Jake. So I think we have to say goodbye already to all our participants. And of course, before we do that, thank you so much for the support. And for the participation of our speaker, of our members, for being there always to support the PFA endeavors. Right, Brother Jake?
Yes, yes. Tamang-tama, Joanne. No? Tapos sabi na ng mga presenters natin, while situation may be difficult, so sometimes that's when opportunities happen. No? It's up for the viewers, no, if to decide, no, to decide and to take risks, to be brave, no, because ito naman mga brands that we're talking about are trusted brands, no, are subok na mga subok na brands. So again, to our viewers, no, don't waste time. Of course, study well, but once you decide, go for it.
Yeah. Yes.
We'd like to acknowledge naman ngayon our partners who made this this event possible. Again, thank you, of course, to BPI, our co-presenters, BPI and PLDT Enterprise. Marami pong salamat. Also to other partners. We have Phoenix Petroleum, Sea Oil, 7-Eleven, Quali Plus, Frontcore Philippines, Potato Corner, Bibing Kinitan, The Shawarma Shack, KFC, LTNG Credit Line, Maxis Group, Goldilocks, Merrimart, Nails.Lo, and of course, Orice Spa Solutions. Meron pa ba? Yan lang. So thank you to our partners, and of course, thank you to our presenters, our speakers, and of course, thank you to our viewers. Maraming pong salamat.
Ayan. So, Brother Jake, so we will end this webinar already. So, I'd like to reiterate what Mr. Andrew said. When the night is darkest, that's when stars shine brightest. So, that's one of our key takeaways for this event. Goodbye, everyone. This is Joanna Tumagan from the Philippine Franchise Association. So, we'll be seeing you soon. We'll be keeping you posted on our event. So maybe I could announce here, Jake, that we are organizing the Franchise Asia Philippines 2020 virtual conference. So it will be held on September 21 to 25. So watch out for it. We're going to soon promote our event. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you to all our speakers, presenters. Bye-bye.
Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. God bless, stay safe, and stay healthy, everyone.
Thank you to our participants, our viewers. Maraming salamat, daghang salamat. Thank you.